Hello, and welcome to the channel. As you can see from the title of the video, I am here today to be trash talking an 18-year-old because I just feel like it. It's obviously gonna be against Lamine Yamal, and as you can see from the name of the channel, you can tell that I'm most likely kinda biased against him. Obviously, I'm a Real Madrid fan, and obviously, I hate him with absolutely every cell of my body. So I spent some time thinking maybe I did this to calm myself down because I'm a bit worried of how good he is. But yeah, I genuinely think he's gonna flop. I genuinely think that there is some hope of him becoming a very, very big disappointment. And I'm gonna explain why in this video. Maybe it's a little bit of copium as a Real Madrid fan, but what this video will basically do, if you are a Real Madrid fan, it will give you some hope. If you're a Barcelona fan, you'll probably bark and cry in the comments and try to rebut my points, which, you can try to do so, but there is absolutely no way you can change my opinion. So let's get started. What I did is I prepared exactly 6 points of why Yamal is going to flop, and I'm going to get to them right away. The first point, actually, I'm not even going to call them points, guys. I'm going to call them facts because it's pure facts. Like, you can't even argue with what I'm about to say. And the first fact is that Lamine Yamal is overhyped from way too young. This guy is already considered by many, especially the Barca dick riders, the best player in the world. They're saying that he has to win the Ballon d'Or. They're saying that he's the best thing that has ever happened to football, that he's gonna win the next 10 Ballon d'Ors. They're saying that he's the best teenager ever, better than Messi, better than Ronaldo, better than Mbappe, and so on and so on. And let's be real, how many times have we seen this? How many times have we seen a Barcelona player specifically, because of their grip on the media, not just Spanish media, but also European media, how many times we've seen their player be completely overhyped by everybody and then end up flopping? It's pretty much 99% of the time, excluding a few select players like Messi and the generation around him. The second fact is that he is getting overplayed right now. He's an 18-year-old kid who plays absolutely every game. His team is completely dependent on him. And that's really not good for a kid. Kids are not supposed to play every game, with the men at least, because what you're doing here is that you're going to wear him down, you're going to burn him out. He's physically inferior to most of his opponents. So he's really, really going to struggle to keep up doing that. He did it for a season, but can he do it for another one? I'm not entirely sure. I think that this will burn him out quite quickly, and we'll start seeing bad patches and difficult periods in his seasons as the time progresses, and his overall development might stagnate because of him playing too much, because of him eventually getting tired and physically not being able to develop himself naturally like a normal 18-year-old should be doing. Third, it's the chaos in Barcelona. Now, this is assuming that he will stay in Barcelona for his entire career, which I'm not sure if he's going to do, but that's a later point. He is in a team that's financially not stable, that has sold a lot of their future revenue to build this project. So this Barca side, if you know, basically made a big gamble to get this team going. And if it fails, they're doomed. So it's really not a stable team. Every summer, every winter, they struggle to register players. They cannot make a big transfer if they need it. So they're really going to be struggling to achieve big success. And Yamal being stuck in this team for, possibly the remainder of his career, if he's loyal, he's going to struggle. He's not going to have what Messi had, for example, being surrounded by world-class players. He's never going to have that. He might have like one or two, coming from the academy like Pedri, but that's pretty much it. This team will not be winning many trophies in the future. Another thing is that Yamal, I believe, lacks a little bit of a killer mentality. Basically, what they mean is he's not like Ronaldo or Mbappe or even Messi to always push forward and always grind to get goals and stats up. He's very flashy, which is nice, and he's nice to look at while he's playing, but he's not very effective, at least for now. And it's something that I think will stay with him because if he was, it should have already shown. But what we've seen is that on the biggest stages, like you know, Champions League semi-final against Inter, when he was needed the most in that second leg, he fumbled and he didn't score his big chances and pretty much buried his team alive. So that's it. His killer mentality is just not there. And the fifth one is a little bit of a curse. It's the Spanish golden boy curse. We've seen many golden boys in Spain, like Asensio, Ansu Fati, Boyan, all those guys who were completely hyped and the next big thing and all that and all that, and they ended up completely wasting their careers and not becoming anywhere near what they were promising to be. It's very normal for Spanish players to not reach those levels. To be fair, I don't think a Spanish player was ever the best in the world. Maybe you can argue for Iniesta at some point, but that was the only time. So that's another, little fact. Maybe he can change that. Obviously, it doesn't matter where you come from, but Spanish players do not have that work ethic that, for example, the best players in the world had. And fact number 6, which is the most important fact, let's be real, he's an arrogant piece of shit. He is not a Messi who will stay humble his whole career. He's also not really a Ronaldo, because Ronaldo might have been portrayed as arrogant, but he was mostly focused on football. Yamal is really focused on fame right now. You can take a look at his Instagram. This guy is just living the life. He's trying to portray himself as some, rapper, gangster kind of guy. He's not really looking like a footballer if you look at those photos. This guy is just focused on completely the wrong things. And I can see him going down a dark path, like, women, alcohol, drugs. I can imagine it. I can see it. If you can't, maybe you're just blind because, yeah, that's how it looks like. That's how it starts. He's an 18-year-old who only cares about, being flashy and being very cool on social media. So it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Additionally, you can tell he's kind of arrogant in terms of money. He wants to make a lot of money. He already got a very big contract at Barca, which will keep him until he's like 22 years old or something like that. And I can genuinely see him leave after that and follow the Neymar career path, go to PSG, maybe even Saudi Arabia for a lot of money and completely waste his career because he's just that type of guy. You can tell he's more of a Neymar than he's a Messi or a Ronaldo. This guy will not care that much about his career. He will care about the money. You can tell. There is no way you can argue with that. So yeah, those are pretty much my points. Actually try to argue with me in the comments. I want to see if you think I'm wrong, but I honestly don't see where I'm wrong. I think it's pretty valid points. Real Madrid fans will completely agree with me. Barca fans, I think you should also agree with me to avoid the inevitable disappointment that this guy will bring to you. And yeah, I just cannot wait to be right and see his downfall. It's gonna be amazing and great because I really don't like him. So yeah, fingers crossed I'm right. All the best and take care.